Okay, we're standing here at Over the Bank, and as you can see, this very large tree is still standing, but the others have not been so lucky today. And there's an old house that was destroyed last night. Some residents are saying it's a very old Caribbean-style house that has been here for a long time. As you can see, this area has been cleared. Residents do not know who is cutting all these trees and what the purpose is. One of the residents, Trifina, took pictures 2 weeks ago of this area when the trees were intact, as the residents were afraid they were being cut and development was coming in. Marcella Henry, can you tell us a little bit about what has been going on?
Well, over the past 2 weeks or so, they have started cutting down the trees because the intention, of course, is to clear the land and put up some buildings. Up to now, the residents have no clue what would be put in place. Also, they have no clue as to whether they would have access to their own homes. So that is also another major issue in terms of how do we get to our home? Will a road be provided? What I've heard from them as well is that they had a lawyer, but the lawyer herself did not come to actually see what they were talking about.
A lawyer for the development?
Well, to find out what their rights are, because they have been living here for over 4
years. Oh, the lawyer or for the residents?
For the residents.
Okay.
So the residents had a lawyer, and of course they have been residing on this property for over 40 years or so. So they needed to know what their rights are. Is there a pathway that they would have access to their home, or they entitled to a certain portion of the land being that they have been living here for years? So these are some of the issues that they are experiencing, and of course all of the trees, things that they have lived with, which is part of their surroundings, is now gone. So they were concerned about all of these things, but nothing never happened.
Yes, and now it seems that today the inspector, Joe Olivaci, showed up. He is busy in that area questioning residents of the area. Marcella, do you know who is responsible for this?
Well, what I understood from them, it should be, but of course they have no
solid proof,
because no one has come and spoken to them. But they mentioned that either a son from the gentleman Maxum from Najico or something like that, I'm not sure. But the rumor was that his son purchased the land. But of course that needs to be confirmed.
Yes. And it would be very important, of course, for these old trees, especially this one here still standing, that Jay Haviser comes out and measures this tree, although my colleague Ruben Thompson was here this morning, and I understood he took a measurement for the tree, and he also surveyed the area. Here comes Joe Olivaci now. Joe, did you learn anything from the residents?
What we understood that they are very upset with themselves. So this house is maybe over 50 or 60 years. This house is there, and the trees also. So they don't know who the people are. So we're just trying to get information to see who is responsible, who that we can deal with.
Yes, and of course a type of tree ordinance was passed last week. We just finished celebrating National Tree Day last Saturday, and many of these old trees are protected now, and if people cut them down, they face a fine of 5,000 guilders. Marcella, I also understand there's an old burying ground.
Yes. The old burying ground from the residents is actually under the tamarind tree. So there's a section right in front of there that they said when they first came to this area, probably they can show you it right now.
Okay.
Right in front of the tamarind tree.
Okay, we will be going over there. Also interesting to note that today the entire media showed up. The Today newspaper, the Daily Herald photographer was here, AVS News was here, I understand. So I am just sorry that indeed the residents did inform us 2 weeks ago that these trees were in danger, and it's only today everyone showed up. very sad, as it seems that these people did things in a hasty manner. As you can see, the residents are still talking about it.